Hi, it's Mr. Rowe.
So I picked
Today
up
we're going to
this,
build a hedge trimmer.
Black & Decker lawnmower on Kijiji.
This is what happens when the wife goes away for the day.
18-inch. And I believe it's 12 amp, which I haven't seen anything more powerful than that. And that kind of makes sense because time you put an extension cord on this, most people wouldn't have a circuit that could handle anything more. So, and it came with a bagger, which I won't be using. So, what a lot of these lawnmowers have, and it's a key thing that I need in order to make this hedge trimmer, is it's got this adjustment here so you can flip the handle over to go the opposite direction. It's a quick thing so you don't have to turn around when you're pushing the lawnmower. If you've ever done that, you'll know. And so I want to use that feature to be able to do the hedge. And everybody's seen the guy with the he's got like a John Deere tractor in the bucket doing the hedge trimming with a lawnmower. Well, I have a forklift. So I'm thinking I'm going to mount that on the forklift and trim my hedge. So originally my idea was to get an old lawnmower and like a gas mower and hook up a hydraulic motor and run it off of the hydraulics on my forklift. And if you've seen my video of my snowblower, that's where the hydraulics hook up for the snowblower. And this is a controller for the snowblower, this old drill. Anyway, so I got a couple pieces of unistrut clamped on here. It doesn't have to be unistrut, it could be any pipe, but it's just something that I have kicking around. So I'm going to clamp those on the forks. And then this, adjustment feature here that almost every push mower has, so you can adjust the height. I'm going to lock it in on an angle because I need to change the geometry of the two positions of the mower. Stay tuned. So I have a bunch of old muffler clamps. I'm going to try and use those to clamp this on here and to lock this onto that angle.
This is the hedge we're going to do battle with. It's a forsythia bush.
So I did some serious scrounging and got a bunch of U-bolts that will work.
Yeah, you're clamping that right down on the cable there, idiot.
So some of the U-bolts, they fit right through these little adjustment holes that were in the handle. So that's pretty slick, so nothing should move around, but I did discover something, which is a surprise to me, is that these pins, they pop out really easy. So it's like the lawnmower's not meant to be suspended by its handle or something. Anyway, I'm gonna have to create a way to keep those tight together so it doesn't pop out. So I decided to add this other piece of unistrut here. I had a couple other U-bolts to keep this sandwiched together. These irritating little pins, like very little holds that together. So that could be interesting if it falls off when it's running, but hopefully it won't. If not, I have to take it all apart and put bolts in there, I guess, instead. Anyway, I've decided I'm going to shorten this up a little bit because I'm kind of extending to the side a little farther than I need to. And then I'll use this extension out here for the extension cord. because I don't want to run it over with the forklift. Okay, so I've shortened it up. I have it clamped on there quite well. And we'll lift it up, see how it looks. That hangs pretty level for the top of the hedge. So the pivot, that's what this lever here is for. Release it. Oh. Or release it. Yep. And the locking position is not vertical. So I'm going to have to put a little notch in that little locking mechanism there. Get in the right position. So I just took off the plastic cover, and weird, there's like the motor, like there's hardly, it's not sealed at all. There's a crappy little plastic cover over it, full of grass and other crap, of course. Anyway, I've decided right there is where I'm going to add a notch, just like that one, right there.
And he shoots the sparks straight into the motor.
So I have that notched, and we'll try it out. And look at that. It's exactly what I wanted. Okay, we'll put the cover on and then we'll work on the power system.
Gee, I wonder what's wrong.
So I realized that I was pinching this cable with one of my clamps, so that's why it wasn't latching and unlatching as nicely as it should. And it does have a little lean to it, but the cool thing about that is with the forklift, obviously I can tilt back to make it nice and level.
You should have spent the day tuning up your forklift.
So I have one of these remote e-stops. It's even got the lockout on it, so you can plug anything you want into it. I had it on this giant miter sled here for a project that we had to do. That's another video. Maybe we'll do that another time. Anyway, so we can plug this into anything, and we have a safety switch. Safety switch mounted on the pillar here, so I can control it from here at the driver's seat. Need to run an extension cord for power, which I'm going to attach here so it has lots of flex for extra length, so it can go up and down, and then it'll go out the other side off to the house. And here is this is the normal on-off switch. I'm going to put this zip tie, just slip it over it to hold it on, because my safety switch is over there. And then when I want to use it as a regular push mower, we just won't put that on. So I did a little test, not very pleased. It's because the bottom of this is in this housing here, so it would probably work great on a different style hedge, but the big stalks, they're just being deflected, or branches. Anyway, so I'm gonna do a little upgrade, having a little idea, but also it has this mulching hatch, or sorry, bagging hatch here where you hook up your bagger, and I think I can create some access for the branches. Nice.
And he runs straight into the birdhouse pole in 3, 2, 1.
So I gotta say, that was fairly successful. It's definitely not how you're supposed to prune a forsythia bush. Got grass all over my camera. It's hard to tell, we've got to clean up all the clippings. But it's not straight. I knew it wouldn't be, because there's a big old bush at the end, and these are all only like 4 years old or so. Anyway, I haven't tried the top yet too much. I'm going to switch it over to the saw and yeah, try it out. So I just took the blade off and put the saw blade on. It looks impressive, but it'll only be able to cut on the side. But yeah, we'll see. That's so scary. And it goes on forever. Oh, shit. Like, literally forever. Wow. Mm-hmm. Still going.
Sounds pretty cool. So the saw blade was kind of a fail, so I put the regular mower blade back on to do the top. I feel like there should be some Benny Hill music playing during this part. I had to rotate the unistrut on the fork so I could reach the far side of the hedge. It's probably about 12 feet wide. You missed a branch up by the pole.
It's all done. You know what? The blades, they're not horrible. After all that. At least you're not hitting rocks or anything, just branches. So my intention was always to make it usable as a lawnmower. So a few U-bolts, take them off. I'm just going to put a plate here and a plate here to bolt this back on. I'm amazed at how strong this plastic. I was going to get a metal one, but this is super rigid, no issue whatsoever. So I can bolt that back on and use it as a regular push mower for where I can't reach under trees and stuff with the riding lawnmower. So I just put some brackets on there. And she's good to go. Regular lawnmower. Left that bracket on there. Why not?
Thanks for watching. If you've come this far, you gotta hit the like button.